Hola, welcome to Nourished Sundays. My name is Joanna and I'm certified in holistic nutrition from the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. This series is all about healthy eating, but in our modern world, with all the conflicting information we're bombarded with, it can be quite hard to know what's best for us. And then on top of that, add feeding little ones who may well be picky eaters, and it can be a bit of a daunting task. But today we're going to talk about food labels. So here I have my lovely whole baby beets can, and I'm going to show you the food labels. Just an example. I took that one because it's pretty simple. So what do you look at first when you have a food label? What do you check? Do you even check food labels when you go to the store or buy groceries? If you don't, then my first tip is please check the food label. But maybe you're not checking it right. That's most people would first maybe look at the calories. Is that what you look at? Do you look at the fat content or maybe the sugar content? It's right there. You check the grams of sugar or vitamins to see if it has anything good in there. That's what most people would do, right? And it's the big part. Now, what I would like to challenge you to do instead is look at the ingredients list. Do you check that? Sometimes it's right at the bottom. Sometimes it's somewhere else around there. But when looking at ingredients, it's pretty important because then you know what's inside, right? The calories really, I know, we like to count what we're eating, but it's not really a number and we're all a bit different. So I find it not super healthy to be counting how many calories I eat. It's just because I prefer to focus on the quality of what I'm eating and how good it is for my body. There's some stuff that is super, super, super good for you and that has tons of calories, but it's not killing you. It's actually good for you. It doesn't mean you're eating it like 10 things like that every day. So for example, like coconut oil, it has quite a bit of calories and fat in there. But it's super good for you and you will not eat the whole pot in a day. So just things like that to be cognizant of. We have been trained by a lot of so-called diets that we need to count the numbers and look at our weight on the scale, and that's really what matters, but that doesn't tell anything about the quality of what we're putting inside our bodies. So coming back to my food labels, so one thing, please check the list of ingredients. One thing to be cognizant of is that if it's a whole product that's as natural as possible, which is often what we want, right? Because our bodies function well with things that are natural and that haven't been transformed too much, because we are programmed to get the good stuff out of what's in our environment as natural as possible. So if the list of ingredients is longer than 5 things, that's already an alarm there. So it's already setting off potentially, right? Because why would something need to have more than 5 things, really? If you look at natural, healthy things, 5 ingredient steps should be a good benchmark. Another thing is to check the ingredients if there's anything in there that you cannot pronounce, or that is a very long word with complicated letters. That's another red bell. Often that is a chemical, so man-made chemical that is probably not the best for our body and not as natural as we would like our foods to be. Also, if it says artificial, then obviously it's not supernatural, and probably not very good for our body. So we want to stay away from that. And also another thing that is quite common in our processed food, and that is really something we would want to avoid, is anything that's hydrogenated. There's like many different things that are hydrogenated in the ingredients list, and that the process of hydrogenization, can say, actually is carcinogenic. So it's the process is very unhealthy, and it's causes the particles to be in a way that may contribute to cancer-causing factors. So we want to stay away from that. It's really not healthy for our body. And I'll talk more about carcinogenic things and free radicals, what's called free radicals, in another episode. But I just wanted to briefly touch on it because it's on many products, and you can see it on the ingredient list. So wrapping it up, check your food labels, but mainly read the ingredients list. No more than 5 things in there. Thanks. Nos vemos la semana que viene. Ciao. See you next week.